This episode is brought to you by Snapple. Want to know another Snapple fact? The first hot air balloon passengers were a sheep, a duck, and a rooster. Ridiculous. Check out Snapple.com to find ridiculously flavored Snapple near you.
All right, you guys, we're heading back to the 1970s for a comedy classic. This week for episode 279 of the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast, I have All in the Family trivia. This show was groundbreaking for its time, and it's still rerun pretty often. Settle into your easy chair, and let's start the show. The Dorky Round. Number 1. Who played the opinionated Archie Bunker? Carol O'Connor. Number 2. Gene Stapleton played who? Edith Bunker. Number 3. Who played Archie and Edith's daughter, Gloria? Sally Struthers. Number 4. What This Is Spinal Tap director played son-in-law Michael? Rob Reiner. Number 5. What furniture pieces from the show are now on display at the Smithsonian? Archie and Edith's chairs. Number 6. What was Archie's less than affectionate nickname for his son-in-law? Meathead. Number 7. In a season 2 episode, what Rat Pack star infamously kissed Archie? Sammy Davis Jr. Number 8. Sherman Hemsley played what neighbor to the Bunkers? George Jefferson. Number 9. Who is credited with creating All in the Family? Norman Lear. Number 10. The show is set in which borough of New York City? Queens. The Geeky Round. Number 1. The show was the first to let us hear what bathroom fixture on television? The show was the first to ever air a toilet flushing. Number 2. Of the many spin-offs, which lasted the longest? The Jeffersons. Number 3. Sung by Archie and Edith, what is the show's theme song? Those Were the Days. Number 4. What was Michael and Gloria's last name? Stivic. Number 5. All in the Family was rebooted in 1975 as what series? Archie Bunker's Place. Number 6. What was the name of Gloria and Michael's child? Joey. Number 7. What were the names of the liberal Roman Catholic next-door neighbors to the Bunkers? The Lorenzos. Number 8. In Season 8, the Stivicks moved to what West Coast state? California. Number 9. What former child actor was the first choice to play Archie Bunker? Mickey Rooney. Rooney felt the character was too offensive and the show wouldn't last. Number 10. In the episode Archie is Branded, what symbol was painted on the Bunker home? A swastika. The Nerdy Round. Number 1. B. Arthur starred in what spin-off of the show beginning in 1972? Maude. Number 2. In what year did the show premiere? It started in 1971. Number 3. Archie wore his wedding ring on which finger? His middle finger. Number 4. Who was originally set to play Gloria? Penny Marshall. At the time, she was married to Rob Reiner. Number 5. In the episode Edith's Problem, what was Edith's problem? Menopause. Number 6. How many seasons did All in the Family have? Nine seasons before it was relaunched with a new title. Number 7. The show was based on what 1965 BBC sitcom? Till Death Do Us Part. Number 8. What was Archie's occupation? Longshoreman. Number 9. What network originally aired All in the Family? CBS. Number 10. In the first episode, Meet the Bunkers, what is the family celebrating? The Bunkers' anniversary, specifically their 22nd. And that's all for All in the Family trivia. How did you do? If you haven't caught the series, I'd recommend checking it out, at least the more groundbreaking or controversial episodes. They set the tone for a lot of TV shows that came after it. It also spun off a number of series, so one of those might be a future episode this season. I'll be back next week with another 30 questions. Here's a hint. What 1980s detective series was rebooted in 2018 with Jay Hernandez in the title role? This was a show my mom would never miss back in the 80s. See you back here on Wednesday. This was episode 279 of the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast. If you'd like to help support the show, become a patron at patreon.com/dorkygeekynerdy. This podcast is written, produced, and hosted by me, Brian Rollins. If you're into audiobooks or are looking to have your book turned into an audiobook, contact me at thevoicesinmyhead.com. This show was released under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial No Derivatives 4.0 International License. Thanks for listening. Long before the Summer of Love, pride parades down Market Street, and the fight for marriage equality, San Francisco in 1953 was all about the Red Scare, FBI investigations, yellow journalism run amok, and the ladies who play mahjong over tea. In The Unexpected Heiress, Private Detective Nick Williams is called in to see his lawyer and friend Jeffrey Klein, whose mystery client, under contract to Metro, was just arrested at the Kit Kat Club on Polk Street, but somehow got off with a bench warrant. Jeffrey wants to know who in the police department worked things behind the scenes for the star of the upcoming blockbuster, It Was Raining Then. Meanwhile, a late-night phone call from his estranged father sends Nick into a tailspin, and a family secret, along with a lot of other things better kept hush-hush, are all splashed on the front pages of the Daily News. It ain't pretty. In the end, for Nick and his lover, a strapping firefighter named Carter Jones, it's actually the beginning of a whole new way of doing business. The Unexpected Heiress by Frank W. Butterfield is book 1 in the Nick and Carter series and is available now on Audible and iTunes.